Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel. Back to my place at the top of the hill. Don't have regrets, I know what's next. She need a fresh, I'll be back in a sec. Look at them legs, don't make me beg. Back to the room, let me show you my bed. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. I could look at you all day, watch the way them hips sway. Love your body, so I pray, don't you dare take it away. Can't control what I say, lost my mind cause your frame. Hey girl, what's your name? Lit me up just like a flame. Body in motion, I feel the commotion, be on you like lotion. I'm honest and broken, I flow like the ocean. I feel you were chosen to fix me, I'm broken. My heart that you stolen, hey. Stay with me, play with me, lay with me. Hate to see when you leave, chemistry feels like it's destiny. I just want you laying next to me, and I really don't want you to ever leave. On your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to another Sunday night showdown with the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Tonight, the Truck Series is heading to Brooklyn, Michigan to take on the fast track of the Michigan International Speedway. We took last week off, and that may have been for the better. Tempers certainly were high after the last points-paying race at Bristol. At Bristol, we saw Tuck start out the first month of Season 7 here in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series, winning 3 out of the first 4 races. Are we going to have a repeat winner, or will someone else add their name to the list of Season 7 winners? Bristol left the tempers high and the sparks flying for some of these guys. Will it carry over after this 2-week break? There's no other track on the schedule like it, and there's no other league out there like this one. It's time to go fast racing, 2 and 3 wide racing here at Michigan, and this is the NEXXTCAR Racing League.
Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made.
Oh, here they come into the trial for the final time here tonight. Looking like we're about to witness another fantastic Talladega finish. Old school outside, D-Blood inside. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line. It's D-Blood getting it done.
This is how legends are made.
Oh, here they come through 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight at Michigan. D-Blood's going to slip up a little bit going into 3. That's going to open up the door for Tennessee, who's going to take full advantage. And Tennessee is going to lead them back to the checkered flag here as they battle side by side behind them for second. Here they come through 1 and 2 for the final time this season here in Season 6 of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. The 51 of Topster is going to lead the field back to the checkered flag. The 52 of Tuck is going to finish second in the race, but it's not going to be enough as the number 4 Toyota of Tennessee Titan is going to go back-to-back Truck Series championships here at Phoenix.
This is how legends are made.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Getting in here with James Iaconelli heading to the 5th race of this season here at Michigan International Speedway. Welcome once again, James, to the booth.
Oh, thanks for having me, Ryan, as always.
Absolutely, yes, sir. we are going to have our eyes open on some things here tonight. The last points paying race at Bristol, James, tempers were flying high.
It wasn't as bad as the Cup race was, let me tell you, but it was still somewhat bad. But personally, for me, even though obviously tempers were flaring 2 weeks ago, it was also 2 weeks ago. I expect them to be simmered down by now. But I feel like one of the main stories is what happened last week with D-Blood and Pierce. Even though D-Blood's not in this league anymore, I feel like that's still like a major story to somewhat, that's going to be still circulating around this race, especially since that was like one of Pierce's races to win, and then he gets moved out the way. I don't know, that's just me at least.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, Pierce was 2 corners away from taking that truck to victory lane. D-Blood on the inside overdrove it, and that opened up the door to Tennessee, who, as we all know, went on to win back-to-back championships. But yeah, absolutely. That is something that these drivers are going to have to deal with a lot here tonight. Michigan, it's fast, it's wide. You can go 2, 3, even maybe 4 wide. But if you're on that inside line, just like D-Blood found himself last season, you have got to hold it down there on that white line. If not, you're going to make those guys on the outside pay, and eventually they're going to get upset with you.
Yeah, and it's something that some people, not even just talking about this league in general, but like in other leagues in general, there you have people who will struggle with when they're completely on the inside, being able to like lift or even use a teammate amount break just so you can stay on the inside and you don't hit into people or even wreck people or do something like Ross Chastain did today. You want to be able to get into that corner, kind of control your car, try not to hit people. Obviously, you also have people in leagues, even like in this league, who are able to. But yeah, be able to do it, especially when you're something like 3 or 4 wide, it's gonna be tough. But if you're able to do stuff like that, be able to slow your car down, go into the corner, doing all that stuff, keeping your car clean and your nose clean, or I should say truck clean, you should be fine when it comes to regards of keeping your truck clean as a whole. Just being able to do stuff like that will really help your race, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And these guys are going to have to time their runs perfectly. I mean, it's a 1.5 mile track. These are some long front and back stretches. So the draft comes into huge effect here. Like I just said, it is wide. So you're going to have to make sure that you time those moves right. But you don't want to get down on that apron as well, because before you know it, you're going to go spinning and you're going to take out not only yourself, but the other guys around you. So these guys everywhere around this track tonight are going to have danger all around them.
Yeah, especially when it gets onto the longer run of it. That's obvious. Even with like this game, even real life NASCAR, like you just can't do some certain things that you can if you're on fresher tires, like going on the apron in the corners. Obviously, entering on when you're coming from the apron, entering onto the apron, or staying on the apron going to the corner is not the ideal place. But you can run the apron for like a few laps in the beginning of the run, but as time goes on, it is not a place where you want to be. But yeah, a lot of danger areas, especially like what you're gonna do with the runs coming off, or when you're in the back straight or the front stretch, having those runs, like you said, timing it perfectly. It's not even just timing it perfectly, but whether it's a smart idea to take the run, try to pass the person, or just get the person to push, maybe trying to catch up to someone in front of them, is also a little bit about teamwork. Hopefully, some people will realize, hey, why battle when if we work together, we'll catch up to someone in front of us, and then we can all battle there.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. There are going to be battles all around this track here tonight. But let's go ahead and let's get the pre-race interview done and started with here with your driver who started out this season hot, James, about just as hot as you want to start out the season. The first month is in the books, and he has won 3 out of the first 4 races. So let's get in here and let's talk to Tuck. Tuck, you got us, buddy?
Yes, I got you.
All right, my man. You started out this season on an absolute roll, winning 3 out of the first 4 races to start out season 7. How has that felt, and how are you going to be able to continue that throughout the remainder of this regular season and into the playoffs?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good start of the year. got those tough tracks out of the way. I think the toughest was Canadian Tire struggle there, but gotta go in the other places, and Michigan's gonna try to do the same. It's a really draft-oriented track, so it's gonna be kind of working with some guys trying to stay patient, hopefully be there at the end, and leading up to the playoffs, just gotta keep building on the momentum.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we were just talking about that up here in the draft or up in the booth, how the draft was going to play into effect and just what kind of runs everyone's going to be getting here tonight. What kind of game plan do you have heading into this one with the draft?
I mean, the runs are gonna be huge, especially going into probably turn one. Just trying to stay patient. Like, there's no need to block somebody on lap, say like 5 or 10. Just let them have it. I mean, you could try to expect the same, but when it comes down to last 5 laps, yeah, you're gonna see a whole lot of blocking, and there's gonna be probably some unhappy drivers, I'm guessing, at the end of this one. We had the same thing happen last year. Wouldn't be shocked if it happened again this time around.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, we are going to let you go and get ready for this race and qualifying and everything, but hope you have a good race, and who knows, we could be talking to you for the 4th time this season from Victory Lane.
Yep, thanks, Ronnie. You and James, enjoy the show.
For sure, man.
Yep.
All right, James, we just heard it. We mentioned it, both of us, several times here so far tonight. Draft is going to be huge, and he just reinforced just how big that draft is going to be in this game plan tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean Tuck's a very smart driver, one of the smartest in this league in my opinion. So like, he knows what he's doing, using that draft like the right way. Sometimes you have to take the run, sometimes stay and push. And it seems like Tuck might be a little bit more of that supportive role, at least early on. That will, in my opinion, have a better chance of you finishing in higher positions. But I mean, this race can produce anything. But yeah, though, like, I think this dude, Tuck, could most definitely do some damage this race, especially if he races as smart as he just said. If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. And, he mentioned it. The one track he's actually struggled at, which obviously, it makes sense. That was the one win he hasn't had this season. That was Canadian Tire. And there were some guys that I think we kind of expected to finish decent there struggle. So it wasn't just him. I mean, you had the typical guy out there that always wins at the road courses here in NEXXTCAR win. But then you had another guy who, Keystone is not exactly known for his flashiness. But he was right there, just 2 inches basically away from getting his win this season. So, yeah, while Tuck struggled, some of these other guys really stepped up to the plate. But now they got to start to figure out what is it going to take to beat Tuck on a very consistent week in and week out.
Yeah, because, like, 3 wins is no fluke. Like, you can say that if he just won one race, that it could be a fluke or whatever. But he's won 3, he's legit. It's gonna be difficult. Obviously, a lot of it is just putting time and effort into practicing and getting better. But, I mean, also part of it is just a little bit of luck. But, I don't know, man. It just also depends on how you race. There's a lot of factors that go into how you can basically dethrone someone.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which I probably don't even know myself because I am no genius. But it's gonna take a lot. But you just gotta stay calm, stay patient, and do what you need to do if you want to dethrone this guy. This is Michigan. Anyone can win. If the pack stays together, which I'm predicting it kind of will since we have 15 people racing, then there's a decent chance there's going to be a good amount of cautions, which will allow, obviously, more pack racing and allow people to maybe make up some other position, some more positions. Some drivers will probably lose positions. Who knows? Maybe Tucker might be one of those people who loses positions. Maybe he'll get his 4th win of the season here. Who knows?
Oh, absolutely. I highly suggest the pack is going to stay together, most definitely. And, this almost races kind of like a mini super speedway in a way. It's basically a mini Talladega. At Daytona, you can go 3 wide, but it's very tight. Talladega, you can go 4 or 5 wide. Michigan, just like it. With the wide tracks, anything is possible. You know, you're going to have these guys pushing it, especially when it comes to the end of this race. These guys that are back there midfield, they're going to get those big runs. And when it's time to go, those guys are going to go. So I definitely expect the pack to stick together. But when it comes down to the end of this thing, I know you mentioned it earlier last season with D-Blood and Pierce. I'm expecting we're going to have back-to-back very exciting finishes, and the guy that takes the white flag leading them down the backstretch will not be heading to victory lane.
Interesting prediction here. I mean, it is not a bad prediction at all. I mean, we saw it last season. We've seen it. I mean, in actual NASCAR, we've seen it probably a decent amount of times. It probably is not the first time it happened in NASCAR in general. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, like obviously when there's like few laps to go, you have to go for it, right? You have to get as many spots as you can get. Still play it smart, because sometimes even if there's like 3 laps to go, you might not want to just pull out a line and try to pass someone, because maybe if there's someone you're catching and you can catch them in like 2 laps or so, then you might want to stick with that driver until he catches up to that other driver. Maybe you get 2 trucks. But obviously, like I said, it just depends on how smart they play it and other factors in case like cautions or whatever. But yeah, it just boils down back to how smart these drivers will race and how aggressive will they race. Because this is like the one track I'll advocate for going 3 or 4 wide because of how wide it is.
Mm-hmm.
And these drivers have went 3. I mean, these drivers went 3 wide on Canadian Tire, seen 4 wide at Iowa. Those are not necessarily the widest tracks. So I'm sure they'll do it this race. I'll advocate for it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited for this race, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Me too. Let's get our second pre-race interview in. He has just joined the party. That is Nick Trudeau. Nick, you got us, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, Ronnie.
All right, man. Well, you missed the first couple races this season. That has dug yourself a little bit of a hole, but you are fighting out of it. Talk us through how the first month of racing has gone for you and how you're slowly but surely working your way up towards that playoff cutoff line.
Yeah, not off to the best start that I would like to be. No, I missed a few races here and there, and now some other things have been more important than racing every week. But no, the races that we have been in, we've been running up front, winning heat races, trying to get into the main, and then just being consistent right now. So we're getting there. Hopefully we can make more and more races and claw out of it and be in the top 10, and come playoff time, be right in the mix of it again.
Absolutely, buddy. You're going to have your work cut out if you're talking championship. Tuck has been on an absolute tear this season.
Yeah, I'll give Tucker a run for his money, though. Got a good track for us in Michigan this week, and then I think Eldor is next week. So those are 2 good back-to-back tracks for us, and hopefully we can get back-to-back wins there.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so there's our second pre-race interview there. That is Nick. James, it's been pretty interesting this season to see him have to work his way basically through the entire Truck Series point standings. When he missed the first couple, maybe the first 2. I know for sure he missed the first race, maybe the second one as well. I don't exactly remember. But he dug himself a huge hole. But now he's slowly but surely starting to work his way up towards that playoff cutoff line.
Yeah, and for the record, he did miss 1 race. That was just a second race. He missed the first 2 in Cup. But yeah, I mean, it's what happens when you not only miss the second race of a season, but also lag out in Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, not lag out. He had to deal with personal stuff. But is what happens. Now, one thing that's very fortunate for him is that one of the guys, Blake Thomas, he never signed up for racing, which means he's not going to be racing. He's going to be, even though ignore that part. But he's going to be losing a lot of points to the drivers that are behind him, one of them being Nick. And while Nick is, 26 points below him, it isn't going to be that bad, but he's also just 13 points behind Buckstopper for the playoffs. I mean, he's not going to be able to get in that top 10 this race, but if he can make up a lot of ground this race, that will certainly help over these next coming races.
Oh, absolutely. As we bring up the points here now, we talk about the tear that Tuck has been on with the 3 out of 4 wins, but the guy to not sleep on, and I know nobody's sleeping on him, is a guy that just won back-to-back championships. He's currently your points leader. Even though Tuck has won 3 races, he absolutely struggled when it came to Canadian Tire. So Tennessee is your current points leader by just 1 point, but he is still the points leader with that win in there. Tuck has got 3 wins. Those guys, the only ones who have found their way to victory lane here this season. But there's some other guys that we can, keep an eye on as well. I mean, you got Gordon down there in 7th. Gordon had a pretty solid race at Bristol there. He got a stage win and everything. So the man had a fast car. He just could not quite put it all together there, James, to get his way to victory lane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure said it himself. That's like his best track in general. And I mean, he proved it during that race. I don't think he, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he got the finish that he exactly hoped for. But still, yeah, he is definitely someone you can't really count out, especially with it being Michigan. A lot of people can win this race. Then you have also other people like Evo. Another champion of this series. And then you have someone like Pierce who, before racing at Bristol, he didn't race at Bristol. He was a points leader coming into Bristol, and he's now 3rd. I feel like him being the points leader kind of shows that this is, and before going to Bristol, kind of shows that this isn't even just a 2-way battle, but a 3-way battle. You have Keystone who almost won a race, kind of like a 4-way battle. You almost have like a 6-way battle if you put Eastwood there for like that top spot. Even though points don't completely show it, but I feel like the top 6 drivers, any one of those drivers could very well be the points leader at the end of the regular season.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we have got a huge battle back there. Basically 3rd on back to like 9th. Those guys, you could throw a blanket over them, So there's only 20 points that separates Pierce in 3rd all the way back to Ryuku in 9th. 20 points after 4 races, James. That just goes to show just how competitive this not only league, but this truck series truly is.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't completely expect it to be super competitive, or not this competitive at least. I didn't know what to expect with us actually having like 25 people in the league, technically speaking. So like, I didn't know what to expect. But I didn't really expect, if this makes sense. I figured it was gonna be a little competitive, but not this competitive. You have 6 people who can very well win the regular season, but then you have even others, like if O. Michelson starts showing up more, he makes the playoffs, which I'm assuming at some point he might be able, if he starts racing again, he might be able to, but I don't know. But he was very fast. He showed that one race and that was at Iowa. Nick could most definitely do it. He made the championship for last season, and that was over people like Pierce, who started in the standings. And then you have other people on the rise like Jay Black, who I feel like just keeps on getting better and better. Toph Surf, he's most definitely one. So this series is very, very competitive, and I'm all here for it.
Oh, absolutely. And, something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, you just mentioned it, Jay Black keeps crawling his way further and further up the standings. Well, like you mentioned earlier, Blake Thomas is not signed up for tonight. There's only a 7-point gap between those two. So if Jay Black comes out here and gets a fantastic finish, well, guess what? Next week, if we have a heat race, Jay Black, you are locked in. Blake Thomas, you got to race your way in. So that is huge. And then not far back behind him is Buckstopper, just another 6 points behind Jay Black. So no matter how many or whatever the race is, the outcome can be so different when it comes to these point standings. And that is what I'm really enjoying the most. I know we're only 4 races in, but you don't know at this point who is going to be into the playoffs and who is not. I believe we are halfway.
About to be after this race. It will, if you include the All-Star race and the Clash, which technically you don't even have to include them. After this race, we'll be halfway.
Yeah. So at this point, we still don't even know who is going to be even in the playoffs. Yeah, you can, you'll know Tuck is in Tennessee, but when it comes down to like the 8th, 9th, and so on, you have no idea who's going to be in and who's out.
Yep, it's like one thing that will help these people who are like in 3rd, 4th, 5th, obviously is showing up. But like you said, there's no guarantee that they're gonna make it into the playoffs. Even though they have such a lead over even 11th, there's no guarantee they'll make it into the playoffs. We're about to be halfway done through the season. These other drivers, if they get good results and also good finishes after the end of the stages, these drivers can most definitely even, and I'm talking about like even people from below the cutoff, before the playoff cutoff line. These drivers can most definitely creep their way into the playoffs, especially since, if I am not mistaken, there's like an 8-point difference between 12th and 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Both drivers are also racing, by the way. Like, anything can happen. If the stages goes well for Tater and not for Buckstopper, and Tater might finish ahead of Buckstopper by a few positions, he might be into the playoffs and Buckstopper just drops out. Like you said, there is no guarantee, and I'm again all here for it.
Absolutely. That makes our job that much better. But 25 guys started season 7 off with the hopes and dreams of raising that championship trophy at the end of this one. But as we know, only one can make that dream come true. But it is time to meet your 25 drivers who had those hopes and dreams just 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
I don't care what they all say. That's right, I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah, I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah, one day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know we're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Yeah. That's the mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
All right, James, we mentioned it. Pierce Posse was just 2 corners away from getting the win here at Michigan last season. Well, the man has just come out, and he is sitting pole.
Hey, man, I mean, but good for him, I guess. Pole doesn't mean much except for getting that 1 point, obviously, and who knows, 1 point can make a complete difference. But hey, it just depends now on how he'll do more towards, or when the race actually starts, I should say.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, pole, it only gets you that 1 point. But you don't, when that green flag drops, that pole position means absolutely nothing. Because with this track being so wide, you might think you have that inside line covered. Well, that guy sitting back there in third, he can show you otherwise. And before you know it, you're stuck in no man's land right there in the middle, going through 1 and 2. And with the draft and everything down that backstretch, before you know it, you could be sitting back there in like 6th, 7th, 8th. So yeah, that pole, it means everything until the green flag drops, and then it goes right out the window.
Yeah, very much how it goes, especially and with how drafty this track can be. You know, just is what it is, I guess. I don't know. All right.
All right, well, we are getting in here, getting ready to bring you 100 laps here around this 1.5-mile track of Michigan International Speedway. Real quick, James, who's your pick for tonight?
Honestly, I'm going to go with Keystone since he almost won it season 5 against Ranger, who's very good at Michigan in general and showed it last season. So I'm going to honestly pick Keystone. I most definitely know he has a fast truck here. I'm thinking he can pull it together this race.
I like that pick. I do. Keystone, we saw his frustration after Canadian Tire. The man had a truck to beat. He had the truck that was leading until that final turn when Tennessee took it from him. My pick is the guy sitting on the pole, Pierce Posse. Green flag is in the air. Buck Stopper grabbing third. I'll be honest, no shade at Buck, James, but I did not see that 12 truck starting that far up.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously we say this because he does not have the finishers, or he doesn't really even qualify that high. But, like, you'd like to see something like that. And let's be real here. He's a very great plate track racer, and with how similar Michigan is to a track like Daytona Talladega, it shouldn't be, honestly, all that completely surprising now that I think about it.
I mean, you're not wrong. The man put on a heck of a show last season in Season 6 at Daytona for the trucks. I mean, the man drove that truck to victory lane, so you are correct. He is a prolific draft track racer. And he has shown it here tonight as he has given that 23 truck a mirrorful of that green number 12. But I hope everything looks good on the live stream. We're working on getting everything improved and as good as it was. But we are now in a full 1080p for the live streams. We got the new PC up and rolling for the new Arnoggle 9 channel. So that is going to improve everything for the NEXXTCAR Racing League as we see these guys 3 wide in the first race in 1080p HD.
Yeah, Buckstopper going into turn 3 drifted up the track a little too much and hit Pierce, and that was something I talked about. You want to be able to control your truck and make it not do that, because otherwise you do that stuff, like what happened to Buckstopper right here will happen. You'll lose a good amount of spots.
Absolutely, and someone else that really lost a lot of spots is that 4 truck of Tennessee Titan. He started in the outside of the first row in second. Well, that man dropped like a rock all the way back here to 9th. So we talked about it, sit and pull. That doesn't always mean anything once that green flag starts or drops. But it also doesn't mean anything when you're starting second either, and he just found that out big time.
Yep, and then you look at someone like Nick, who's now in 12th after starting up pretty high. When I was going on my spiel, he started, I don't know what exactly happened, but he was really high. I'm pretty sure 1 and 2, and it just lost a lot of spots as a result.
Yeah, he did. And now we got Buckstopper trying to work that inside. He was passed by Ryuku and then the 20 of Tuck. And now he's trying to work his way on the inside of Tuck. That's going to move Tuck up a little bit. But he's going to get that great run off of 3. Or, I'm sorry, off of 4. And they're going to clear each other. That is a freight train down the front stretch here underneath the white line. Then they're going to make that big arc down into turn number 1.
Buckstopper is trying to make the run here. Might be able to get clear of him. But depending on how Tuck gets off this corner, but I can't see because NASCAR Heat 5.
You ain't wrong. And then Tuck with a little bit of a crossover move there on Buck. And here comes Eastwood and Keystone. Oh, Eastwood's around just as I mentioned him. Jay Blackheart into the outside wall as well. And there is the broadcast curse once again, James. We need to just shut up, man.
Honestly, it doesn't. The good thing for us to make us feel better, it doesn't just happen in this esport. I've seen it happen. Like I watch Rocket League esports. It happens all the time there. So I'm not that worried about it. I just think it just happens as part of the game. Honestly, it's just part of the sport. We control their destinies as well.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get a replay.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Evo just hit 10 struck. I don't know why, but he just turned right into 10.
I don't know. Maybe a little retaliation from something earlier? I don't know. But while these guys are pinned, let's take a quick replay of what transpired. Our replay system is currently not working. We're going to have to try to get that fixed here under caution. This is a perfect time to try and get that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that replay system, but it is not going to cooperate here tonight. Like I said, we got a new PC, and, you know, it's all kind of trial and error right now, trying to get everything all set up. But Sheepdog, like you just said, with a bit of strategy here after the first caution.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a good strategy if it wasn't for the fact that everyone else took 4. So that's where I'm kind of at with it. I liked it if there was more people that would have went along with the strategy, but who knows?
Yes, sir. Green flag is back in the air. Ryuku is actually going to lead the leader back to the line. Was Ryuku the control truck, or was Sheepdog?
Sheepdog. Sheepdog, I forget how NEXXTCAR does it. I know Sheepdog led them out of the restart zone. I know that for sure. I did see that. It was just, there was so much of, like, the outside line got so formed up. Like, you had 4 trucks, bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper, that I'm pretty sure it just let Ryuku gain the lead. Because Pierce, who was right behind Sheepdog as he's in the wall, wasn't even connected to him. So I think it was just that push that that's what gave Ryuku the lead.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Ryuku took it, and Ryuku is running, as now he leads Tuck into 20th. Tuck trying to find a way around Ryuku. A lot of back and forth for that 20 truck. That almost opened up the door for the 23, and here comes Buckstopper around the outside.
Buckstopper trying to make some moves. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows that he has the last spot, or he has the last spot when it comes to the playoff cutoff. So he has to have a solid day here, especially since you have people like Blake Thomas not even racing. If he can have a solid day today, he'll be fine. He'll be all set. Especially if someone like Jay Black struggles at this track.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, and Jay Black, he's kind of, you know, he was just caught up in that first caution of the night. He's kind of stuck back there. He's currently back here battling around Eastwood. He's currently in the second pack, actually. These guys have kind of split up a little bit here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Eastwood and when I think it's Evo in the second pack. I know it's a very draft-heavy track, but I was expecting them to at least be in this front pack. You know, that looks like they're in their draft, so it doesn't completely matter at this point. So.
Absolutely, and with 10 laps to go here in stage 1, you cannot really afford to fall back like that. You need to stay up here with this lead pack, but like you said, with that draft and everything, they are right back up here. But now, it's kind of a 4-truck runaway here right now, side by side, heading into 3 and 4.
Oh yeah, Pierce is trying to get Ryuko. Uh-oh.
Oh, Pierce is around. Nick's around. Buckstopper, the bigger factor of this caution is out in the game. James Snow plows into a marker break-in.
Something tells me that was a little bit of the game just kind of controlling that. But yeah, of view, he just caught a little too much of the apron. His left side tires, both of them were on that apron, and that will easily send you around.
Yes, it will. We were just talking about it. James Buckstopper putting together a solid start to this race. Up there in the top 4, top 5. Well, he was just involved in that one. That just goes to show you're not safe anywhere.
Yep, but now, if I'm Buckstopper, take a deep breath, refocus myself. You have 8 laps to go. 8 laps does not seem like a lot, but we're at Michigan. There's plenty of time. Work your way up. Just try to salvage a few stage points. He's currently in 10th. He's in position to get a stage point. So, just try to get a few more spots. Don't worry about getting to that top spot right yet.
Oh, absolutely. And Ryuko got a great restart there. And here comes Eastwood. Now Keystone pushing all over the back of Tuck in the 20. But here comes Eastwood. I thought for sure he was going to try and make it on that inside line and try to make it 3 wide heading into 1. But thought better of it. And here comes Pierce, our pole sitter, right back in it. Who's that behind Pierce in the black and white truck? That is the one of Gordon.
Is Gordon. Yeah.
That's an interesting paint scheme for him.
Yep. Uh-oh, we have 3 wide
Bill!
Bill and Evo and Pierce. Bill just bullied his way past them. That's 5 wide, I think. And Buckstopper hit the wall. And Buckstopper is around.
Yes, he is. Unfortunately, the 12 truck just got the short end of the stick on that one. I mean, you saw it. They were 4 or 5 wide there. It works. But when someone gets up into the wall, that's all it takes. And calamity happens. And the 12 truck just happened to be there. Bill finding his way up here in the top 6 after just bouncing off the wall there. Here comes Tennessee in the 4.
At Tennessee, we haven't seen up front that much, except for when he was 2nd, but then he immediately dropped back. Oh, ooh. Here's almost got into Keystone.
Oh, Bill!
Almost screwed up everything.
Maybe a little bit of lag there for that 58 truck. I thought he was going to hook a hard right there and smack the outside wall, but a little bit of lag there. And now Nick finds himself way back, and Bill's really going to shove him into 2. He really got into the back of Keystone. That gives the inside line the big advantage. Now that outside line is really starting to break up from behind Ryuko.
Well, not only that, it wasn't even just Bill. I mean, obviously he didn't help, but I'm pretty sure Pierce may have got into Eastwood a teeny bit, maybe to his right rear quarter panel, and those who kind of hooked a little bit, and they went up the track regardless, so I think that's what's going to happen anyways. As there's 3 wide for the lead.
Yes, they are. Eastwood finds himself in the middle, and it is a mayhem behind him. Where do they go here? Heading through 1 and 2. Ryuko outside. He's really got a big push from Keystone. Keystone's going to get a decent push. I thought Tennessee was going to stay with Keystone, but he's going to drop to the inside line.
Yeah, it's real much reminded me of Daytona. Honestly, it almost reminds me a teeny bit of us Bills hitting the wall. It almost reminds me a teeny bit of Atlanta this season from Asheville Cup race, from the Asheville Cup race. A lot of pack racing, but a lot of people moving around.
Absolutely, yes, sir. 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. It's time to go now. It's time for making those big moves. We talked about it in the pre-race. It's go time, especially. I know Buckstopper's way back there, so if you're Jay Black, you have got to take advantage of this. You have got to get as many points as you can, and you have got to put the pedal to the metal, and you've got to try and find your way up there now. As Jay Black's going to find himself right in the thick of it all as Keystone gets moved to the high line.
There was a lot of stuff with Nick and Evo. I think Evo didn't completely expect Nick to come down. I don't know if he wanted to or not. But, yeah, white flag. I was going to say, even for someone like
Jay
Nick,
Black, save it, buddy, through the tri-oval grass.
that was interesting. I was going to say, though, like, with someone like Nick, who also needs points, getting even a few stage points here will tremendously help for the next few races where you try to race yourself back into the top 10.
Absolutely. What does Eastwood do here heading into 3 and 4 for the final time here in stage 1? He's got a guy all over his back bumper. He's going to slip up. Eastwood's going to try and maybe get to the back bumper. Pierce off of 3 and 4. He's going to get a big run. Nowhere to go with it. Pierce is going to lead them back to the side-by-side finish for the end of stage number 1. Eastwood second. Tuck getting third. And Ryuku, I think, got 4th.
Ryuku got 4th, Evo 5th, Nick 6th.
So good recovery there by a couple of those guys. You saw Nick fall way back. Ryuku worked his way back up. Keystone got moved to the high line there. Fought his way back up. Couple of good recovery, but this stage end came out at a perfect time for some of these guys as well. Maybe no more than that 12 and the 88 all the way back here who have found themselves in some... Who else is back here? Sheepdog. Sheepdog in the 7's back here as well. So a little bit of strategy we saw by that 7 truck there, James. It didn't really work out for him.
No, not really at all, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, you gotta try what you can, especially in Sheepdog's position. He needs a lot of points, so you gotta do some stuff. Oh boy, it looks like it's lagging over here.
I was gonna say, I really hope that's not just me lagging, but holy hell.
It's funny because I don't even see it. Like, I'm watching Pierce's stream, it doesn't even look like it on their screen. They're just racing, everything's fine on their end, not on ours. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Man, joy watching trucks go back and forth. Oh my gosh. It was very interesting yeah, I don't know if this is even watchable from this standpoint.
Yeah, no, this is terrible. Hopefully soon this gets itself fixed. I'm glad you mentioned it was lagging. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it was lagging for you as well because I was a little worried there that it was just my game. But no, that is everybody. That is,
yeah,
oh my God, they need, I wonder if they don't do a caution real quick. If, oh my God, this is bad.
They're not, the thing is, they're not lagging. Like, I'm looking through Pierce's perspective, they're not lagging.
Yeah, I
They're
just talked
straight
to
up
race
racing.
control, and this is not anything like what they're dealing with.
Yeah,
I got
so
trucks going through each other, into each other.
I just got a lot of trucks, like, going, like, super, like, 250 and then going to 150, like, doing stuff like that. That's very, very weird.
Yeah, no, this... Alright, it's kind of maybe starting to fix itself. Nope, it's not.
Not for me.
It looked good there for a split second through 1 and 2. I was on Tennessee in that 4 truck, and it looked like it maybe fixed itself, but then they all just kind of plowed into the outside wall there. But yeah, this is not the race we were looking forward to here, because who knows how much longer this is going to go on. I don't even know who's where anymore. Like, what can you trust?
From what I am seeing through Pierce's perspective, Eastwood and Pierce are actually side by side. I don't know if Tuck's there as well. Actually, I think he is going side by side for the lead, but it looks like Pierce does maybe clear him. I wouldn't be surprised if Eastwood's still on his side. Oh boy. I was gonna say, I don't know. I do feel like this will fix itself if like a game caution comes out, or at the end of the stage, just some type of game caution comes out. I think everything will fix itself.
Yeah. I hope. Well, I'm going to tell race control, everyone needs to wreck right quick. No, I'm kidding. But Yeah, I do think it will fix itself, but that's just Heat 5 for you. These servers are absolute garbage, and that brings us to the big news that we announced this week, and that is we are expanding to iRacing, not this season or next season, but here in around December, January timeframe, we are expanding the league to iRacing, so that is huge news. Yes, we are still going to continue the console racing as long as this isn't what it does every weekend. But this is the first time it's really been this bad. But yeah, no, we are still going to be continuing the PS4, PS5 side of this league, but iRacing, here we come.
Yeah, it's very, very weird for sure. And it's just kind of weird because I'm like looking through Sheepdog's perspective. I don't know. Or just like looking at Sheepdog. He looks completely fine. And it's just like when you get to the other drivers. Well, okay, never mind. Maybe not now, but it just seems like when you're more closer to each other, it's just a bunch of stuff happening, let's just say.
Yeah, no. I know we don't normally try and call for cautions, but hopefully we get a caution very soon here to see if this fixes it, because I'm not trying to do this for another 100 laps.
This shouldn't even happen for 100 laps. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I'm no expert at NASCAR Heat 5. But I do want to point out that you see Buckstopper there. Even, like, though we don't have any clue where they're really at, this is still somewhat of a reference on where they're at. Like, if you see Pierce, who's, I think now it's like he is truly in second now, or it's like on that outside line. But, yeah, it kind of gives you a reference of where they're at. You see Buckstopper, I mean, he is regained and climbing up there in positions, in position-wise, whatever you want to call it. Do a lot of beatboxing. Hilarious. Wait, oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, now it looks like, at least I'm hoping, they're kind of all single file here. But yeah, for everyone that's all still watching this, shout out to you guys, because I'll be honest, if I saw a racing server doing this, I would not be watching. But just to reiterate, this is not our internet, this is not the live stream, this has nothing to do with James and I. It's just the game servers, because it's happening for both of us, and I don't know what's happening with it right now. Yeah, we got trucks driving inside of each other, we got oh my god, Nick just hit the thrusters on that one coming out of 4. But yeah, this is, oh buddy.
Yeah. Now, one thing
We got Eastwood around. I don't know if that's true. It is not true, as he's going to keep it going straight. Never mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, Eastwood, if anything, is going for this lead here, trying to pass Keystone. It looks like he will be able to. It just kind of sucks. Even from watching from another stream, there's obviously that delay. So you don't exactly know what's happening, but you just get a sense of what has happened. It sucks, but...
Richie, what's up, brother? How you doing, buddy?
Just like, even from here, Keystone was able to get back at Eastwood and was able to pass him. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is about the worst I have ever seen Heat get.
From a spectating standpoint, yeah, this is very interesting. And it's just weird because, like I said, they're fine on their end.
Oh, we got Evo. Is that going to be our caution? It is not. Evo's going to keep it going straight, I think. No, not nice save, race control. We need a damn caution, damn it.
Yeah, we need a caution for our sake.
Right?
Like, for our sanity. Like, honestly. This is just,
Evo saved it. Race control told him nice save, 83. No, we don't need people to save it, damn it. We need that game caution.
No, the only problem, though, is that it probably wouldn't have resulted in a game caution, so... Because it was just Evo anyway, so I don't think It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it's just now again we cannot see that much of what's really happening, but from what I can tell from here, it's been basically a three-way battle between Pierce, Keystone, and Eastwood, and more recently been Keystone and Eastwood. Those two have been trading first place
My
back and
God.
forth.
This
And
is
it's like-
terrible. The top 5. This, oh my God.
Now to reiterate, we are saying that the drivers are terrible. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's weird because, like you said, it's servers. Like I'm at my house. I am hardwired. I would never lag like this, and you're lagging just like this in general too. So it's like so weird seeing this happen, and like I never seen it be as bad as this.
No, I've never in the 3 year, what is it, 3 years now we're going on Heat 5, I've never. Now, obviously, yeah, you have the people during the race that lag because of their internet, but it's never been like this for a spectator. Like you said, you're hardwired, I'm hardwired, I got the gigabyte internet, so I'm never going to lag. And it's just, I don't know, man. These Heat 5 servers are slowly getting worse a little bit, I guess you could say. And this is just a prime example of it right here.
Yeah, and it makes sense because the game is like over 2 years old, and we're NASCAR 21 is the newest NASCAR game, and that we know how buggy that game is. And this is example A of why we're expanding iRacing, which I'm fine with.
Well, I'm glad
obviously
you are, because let's be honest, some of the other guys were not.
Yeah, I do think some people don't realize, and I'll be honest with you, NASCAR fans in general are not the greatest when it comes to reading. At least reading stuff fully. I've had experience with it. But I feel like there are some people who just didn't realize we're still saying on console. And I'm also fine with it because, let's be real here, 30 of the drivers that race in truck also race in cup. There's a huge overlap, so I don't think the quote-unquote penalty of losing some drivers will be that bad. Since, you know, especially if we take one of the series like either Trust or Cup, actually moving him to iRacing, like the penalty won't be that bad in my opinion, since we have that huge overlap.
Right, absolutely. And you know, I don't think we're gonna lose anybody. Like you said, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus or anything, but when it came to making that announcement, people saw iRacing and immediately went to, they're dropping the console part of the league. That's immediately what went into their mind. And I'm just going to reiterate, I know I said it earlier, and I've said it all this week. We are not dropping the console. This goes for any driver that's watching this or is going to watch it later. We're not dropping console racing. That is not happening. We're just simply expanding to improve the league and to get our name out there even better. And then we understand not everyone can make that transition with us to PC. We are totally understanding that. That's exactly why we're not dropping console. But I feel like iRacing is going to truly help this league a ton. And it could possibly get us even a bigger name and more guys out there. And we got a big wreck happening out of 4. Hopefully that's a game caution. Come on, game. Call it, baby. You know you want to. I think it called it.
It did.
Is that a game caution?
No, that's the stage. That was the end of the stage 2.
Oh, thank God. Hopefully this fixes itself. Holy shit.
Yep. And Pierce got the stage win again, getting around Eastwood.
Dude, I think it fixed it. The trucks are running smooth right now. I think the game servers have fixed themselves.
Well, let's hope.
Oh, shit. Now they're going back and forth. Okay, never mind.
Well, we'll have to wait. We will have to wait for this. Like for it to go black screen at least. That's where it would usually fix itself.
Yeah.
For this, but
I hope, because this last stage, we're in for a heck of a treat if we can continue to run smooth here.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would definitely be dope.
All right. We're looking smooth right now.
Nah, not for me. I do see some.
Nope, the 68's jumping and stopping, and
This is...
yeah, I don't think
Oh.
it fixed itself.
This
Wait,
is interesting.
it's smooth. It's smooth. I think we're good. I'm good.
Well, I see Eastwood lagging, but that's actually the only one.
Yeah, I think we're solid now. The
Oh, yeah, no,
23.
he's
Everyone is smooth
Yeah,
for me. How you looking, James?
everyone's smooth for me except for Eastwood, but I looked at Pierce's stream and he was lagging there too, so I think everything's good.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just
Eastwood's
right
lag.
there, lagging, yeah. Well, at least that's good news for us. So hip hip hooray us, I guess.
well, I'm just glad it fixed itself. Hopefully we can have a good running of stage 3 just like we did in stage 1. As Nick is going to give the 68 at Eastwood a big push down this backstretch. And here comes Tennessee behind him.
Yeah, I think...
Oh,
Yeah, I thought
no.
it was
I just had a
little bit.
huge lag into 3.
I did not see it. Well, maybe? I don't know.
Now Tennessee's lagging bad.
I don't see it. Unless everything's fine for you right now.
It
I
looks
just still
like
see
it may have
Eastwood
figured
lagging.
its life out there right quick.
Eastwood's still lagging for me, but again, we've known Eastwood's been lagging right now.
Whoa, Pierce hard in the outside wall.
I couldn't even see it because of the camera view. I
That
don't know
was
what
not
happened.
lag for that 23 truck. And here comes Jay Black into 38, trying to creep up into the top 7.
Yeah, I don't know if Trenton or Pierce got loose coming off the corner, but he ended up hitting the wall. I think he did get loose. I could be wrong, but something did happen.
Yes, sir. Tennessee Titan trying to make that big move on the inside of Eastwood there in that 68. It's hard to see if he's actually there or not with that 68 bouncing back and forth like that. Just to reiterate, that is lag for the 68 as we got Sheepdog way out back and we have got the field split up into 2 packs now.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened here. But we have 3 wide between Bill, Keystone, and Evo. Oh boy. Nope, that's contact. Might be me. Nope, not more.
And how
That's
about Buckstopper? I know we mentioned him earlier. He's up here in this top pack of 7. Up here in that 12 is he's going to give Pierce a huge shot heading through 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Oh, Nick, save it! Off the wall, nowhere to go for Pierce. They're all going to save it. They both said, never mind. Nick hard into the outside wall. Pierce back into the inside wall. Caution's going to fly as they head into 3.
I don't know if Pierce didn't thought that Nick wasn't up more. I don't think Nick even realized they were side by side.
Well, Nick bounced off the wall.
Yeah, Nick bounced off the wall, but I'm talking about afterwards.
Oh, when Pierce
After
was coming
they
back up
saved
on the
it.
track. I got you.
Yeah, those two hit. I don't think Pierce realized that Nick was still there, and I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just,
absolutely. I'd love to show a replay, but our replay system's currently down. So hopefully soon we can get that back up. Just trying to get everything figured out here, trying to get everything back to the way it was here with the new PC and everything. But I'll tell you what, this league in 1080p minus the whole lagging in stage number 2 is looking real good.
It better be. I mean, shit, it's 1080p. Like, it better be.
I know. I wanted to try it in 4K. I might try that when, we do a little practice race or something. I might try 4K then. I didn't want to make it to where the stream started lagging and having dropped frames. So maybe if we do a practice race or a fun race or something, I can try 4Ks. We got pretty much the entire field making their way down here for the green caution flag pit stops. But Buckstopper finds himself up here inside the top 5 right now in that 12 truck. We talked about it. He needs good points, as many points as he can. Don't worry about the shit show on pit road here. It always is. That's one thing I really do hate about Heat, man. They cannot get this pit road shit figured out. They have never been able to get it figured out.
Yeah, it's weird. I remember it used to look much better than this, but they had to change something and it just screwed everything up. But I don't know.
Ryuko and Tuck coming out of pit road.
Yeah, I would think they'd be coming out pit road. I mean, they went into pit road, so I'm pretty sure they'll
Oh,
come out
you
pit
jackass. I meant coming out first.
road.
You know what I meant.
It'd be like that sometimes.
We're getting word, James. That 68 truck at Eastwood sped onto pit road.
Ooh.
And now he is back in the thick of it all, of where the big action has been happening.
Oh, well, that is quite unfortunate, if we're being honest here.
How
And
do you speed onto pit road under a caution pit stop?
He could have gotten hit. But yeah, I would not be surprised if that's happened, or if he just misjudged it, or the game just screwed him over. And I would know this stuff because I've mentioned this before. I'm the king of getting penalties on pit road. I've done that all season 5. Trust me, I know my stuff. So any of that stuff could be valid.
You ain't wrong, but that inside line of Ryuko and Tuck got one heck of a jump on that restart. Tennessee stacked them up behind them and then led the outside line down to the bottom there as they headed into one. We got cars down on the apron. We got a big crash out back, and I think Keystone's one of them. The 98, I think, is the other one. No, that's Eva, the 83. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Caution is out at the line. Jay Black involved as well in the 38.
Yeah. And you kind of hate that for Jay Black, too. Since he's someone on the bubble, and as there's almost another wreck that just happened. But, you do hate it for him, since he's just right on that bubble trying to get into the top 10, and obviously he needs points. Obviously there's a lot of time left, but still. Just like, his luck this whole season has been horrible, if we're being honest. One, if not the unluckiest guy in all of trucks. So, I mean, I guess this isn't much of a surprise that he gets selected in this with his bad luck, but man, you just kind of hate to see it for him.
We're getting word they're just going to re-rack them and stack them, and they are going to go back green here. The pit road is going to stay closed.
Interesting.
Never mind, we're getting word now that pit road is now open.
Wow, Race Control is not making up his mind now, aren't they? It's quite unfortunate.
Well, I'm glad they told everyone before it was a little too late. But pit road is now open, and now it is going to get busy. Nick's staying out. Nick and the 3 truck staying out. That's interesting.
That's very interesting, but hey.
I mean, we saw where Sheepdog tried some strategy earlier, and it didn't exactly work out for him.
Yeah, but it's different. We didn't even, well, we've only won 1 green flag lap on it.
That is true, yeah.
And with, in Sheepdog's case, he took 2 tires, and they had a few green flag laps on those tires as well. So I feel like this will be different. I don't know how different, especially since you usually see Nick more towards the middle of the pack. Sheepdog, unfortunately, is more back of the pack. Both, I think, I could be wrong, but I think he is another one of those people who are kind of new to league racing. I could be wrong, but I might not be. But I know he's just probably learning a little bit. But yeah, I feel like it'll be a little different. I don't know how different, or I could be completely wrong. It'll just end up the same. But hey, man.
Yeah, and Tuck with strategy as well, as he took right sides only. He came out way ahead of everyone else that pitted. Tennessee going to the outside. Kevin Gordon Jr., what's going on, buddy? Yeah, man, I miss you out there on the track, dude. I really do.
Oh, something I do want to bring up. We did originally have 15 sign up. For the viewers at home, obviously, we have 15 people sign up, but 14 made it. Toaster was the one driver that signed up that did not make it.
Yes, sir.
You know, he did say he did say that he was not going to be racing due to personal reasons, anyways. But yeah.
Yep, green flag is back in the air. Nick's going to slip up a little bit, and I thought that was going to open up the door for Tuck. He's still trying to get his nose under Nick, but Nick's doing a great job. The front three, bumper to bumper, heading into one. Oh, big lag by the 68. Shouldn't be surprised by that right now.
Yeah, it's been happening through a lot of this race, and that's part that sucks, but that is league racing today. Oh, Bugstopper, I feel like he tried to block Eastwood, but I don't know if those two just started hooking each other or what, but it obviously Eastwood got around him anyways.
And Ryuku, that's a name we haven't exactly mentioned a whole lot tonight. He finds himself up here in the top 3 for right now, opening up that inside door for Tennessee. But yeah, Buckstopper working his way around the outside of Eastwood once again. He's going to get that big draft off that 15 truck, but Eastwood really quick off of turn 2. Nick just about got turned right there by Tuck.
Yeah, I want to go back to Ryuku. It's funny that we haven't talked about him that much, but he's been a consistent top 5 car pretty much this whole race, and was leading at a couple points. So, and I only bring this up because he most definitely has a truck to win, and it's just kind of weird that we have not talked about him. We've talked about Pierce, Eastwood, Keystone, even Nick right now, but we have not talked about Ryuku, who stepped his nose clean and has been consistently at the top.
Oh, absolutely. And Ryuku's always one of the guys that has been very consistent this season. Whether it was in the trucks or the cup, is now everyone's starting to lag really bad again right now for me. But
I do not see it. I just see Eastwood lagging, at least for me.
But yeah, Ryuku, whether it's in the Cup Series or the trucks, he is always consistently one of the guys up front. And he's really showing it. You know, he was strong early on in the season. He struggled at Kansas a little bit in the Cup. But other than that, he's been putting on a pretty decent season so far. And now Buckstopper has worked his way up to 3rd.
I didn't even see how that happened. I don't know if something, a part of that was due to Eastwood, something happening with him, because I know he's been lagging and he was in 3rd before. But oh my gosh, he just sent it
What
in.
a move by Buckstopper against Tuck in the 20. Tuck left that door open, and Buckstopper kicked it open even wider.
Yeah, he's going to go for a 2nd right here. This is actually pretty interesting, because Buckstopper had his problems, right, but rebounded back nicely. He might have not got any stage points, but oh my gosh, he got shoved a little high there, but he most definitely has a truck to.
And here comes Evo in the 83, who just a couple laps ago was spinning. They're 3 wide heading into 3 behind our leader Nick, and Buckstopper stuck in no man's land in the middle, bouncing back and forth. Ryuku down on the apron. He's going to spin it. Jay Black's around, Evo's around, and several other guys go around as well. Carnage out of turn 3. Sheepdog. James Snow's going to make it through. But Pierce involved as well, our pole sitter. Built Racing put on the pit road in the 58.
Yep. Game called that one though. But yeah, so this caution honestly helped Nick a lot, being in the middle of the pack the whole time, staying out for that track position, keeping it, and caution comes out. Everyone's forced to pit here and take 4 tires. So his strategy most definitely played well, for sure. I'm just interested to see how this is gonna play out, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Nick is obviously really good at, restrictor plate racing. So I expected him to do good here tonight at Michigan. I mean, hell, the guy pushed me to my 2nd Daytona 500 win in the Cup Series. So the dude knows how to get it done. And when it comes to these draft tracks, he's always one of those guys that you've got to keep an eye on. But who stayed out? Was that Sheepdog with a little bit of It was
Dog,
with some
yeah.
strategy there in the 7. It is not going to work out. Nick hooks a hard left. He's going to cut them all off and drops down in front of Keystone. They're going to head into turn 1 side by side.
That's weird though, cause it was a game caution, but it seemed like Sheepdog like missed a shift or something. Like he was really slow shifting through the gears and gaining acceleration speed. It was weird.
He may have accidentally double shifted or something. I'd be a liar if I said I've never done that. When you try to go up to 3rd, but you accidentally double click it and you go into 4th. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Oh. Well, I don't know if he got forced on the apron, but he was on that apron and nearly took out Pearson Buckstopper side by side right now. Everyone kept it straight though, so it's not really much anything to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, there's 38 laps left, and these guys are driving like it's 2 laps to go.
When haven't they though? Let's be real.
You're not wrong.
They've driven like this for the most part in this season, so I don't expect anything less.
Absolutely no. The Truck Series has put on one heck of a show this entire season. Besides Canadian Tire's finish, that was about the only kind of laid-back race we really had, you know, and tonight has been no different. The Cup Series, otherwise, all we do is kind of fight with each other.
Oh, and there goes Evo. I think he just killed the wall.
Yep, we got 2 trucks stopped all the way back there. Is that Sheepdog? Sheepdog, who stayed out, found himself still in the thick of the wreck back there with Evo, and I want to say that's Built, but we've got a heck of a battle here coming to the line for the yellow flag. Who is going to lead them back? They're going to be 3 wide here in the center pack, but I think it's going to be Nick leading them back to the yellow flag.
You know what's funny? I locked on the Eastwood's POV, and then everyone on my screen started lagging except for him. It was just very trippy. It was weird. Oh, Keystone and Nick going at it a little bit. And
Eastwood spins.
I don't know what happened. I think he may have downshifted and just kind of wrecked it.
Yeah, you got
maybe trying to avoid.
Maybe he's trying to avoid these 2 idiots, the 17 and the 3, up here beating and banging on each other.
Yeah, also.
And here comes Tuck getting involved in the 20.
That was weird. I do think Issa may have overreacted a teeny bit, or his truck overreacted a teeny bit because they weren't necessarily near him. But yeah, these as you say, 2 idiots might need sorted out a little bit. Maybe become 3 idiots. Who knows? The freaking 3 stooges over here.
Absolutely, but 36 laps to go here.
So, did you just see all the trucks going to like that inside line lane of pit road for some reason when everyone went down pit road and not to like that outside line?
Yeah. Yep, and then they went immediately to the dotted line. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's just all part of Heat 5 for you.
Yeah, that's very, very weird, if I'm being honest.
But let's see who is going to win the battle off pit road. It's going to be James Snow in the 88 with some strategy, then Keystone, then Nick, and then everybody else. James Snow is going to lead these guys back to the green flag.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Sheepdog tried this. I'm pretty sure we've only ran a few laps, and James Snow took 2. So I'm pretty sure this is very reminiscent of this. This is not going to go well for James Snow, if I'm being honest. This is not at all. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, no, I don't see it going very well. But you know what? The dude has to do some strategy here because what he's been doing, honestly, all season long hasn't exactly been working out for him too well. So he knew everyone was going to go 4 tires. Well, you can't blame the guy for trying something different, as 90% of the drivers choose that inside line, leaving just himself, Tuck, and more people are coming to the outside line now. Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, I do look for Tuck and potentially everyone else on that outside line to try to get around him. You know, he is going really fast, it almost looks like, when it comes to pace speed, but I don't know. Only one way to find out, though.
Absolutely. I guess he's going to wait to the line to go. Green flag's back in the air. He didn't go. Tucks all over the back bumper. Ryuku, as the inside line stacks up, he drops immediately down in front of Keystone. He is blocking his way into turn number 1.
I almost wonder if Race Control said that they should go at the line as Bugstopper wrecks it off of Evo.
And multiple trucks involved in that one. James Snow beat him back to the line, buddy. Here comes Keystone on the inside in that 17 with a big push from Nick. Game caution's out now. Who is going to be your leader?
James Snow is your leader. Oh my gosh. But I don't think anyone's really much going to pit. So James Snow is going to have to do it again. But also, unless he's pitting, he actually, I think, is pitting now as well as Bill. But I don't know if you can maybe get some get a word from Work Control on Race Control goodness on maybe if it was planned to go on the on the line now.
Oh no, we're getting word that was his prerogative. James Snow chose the line.
Interesting, very interesting. I didn't realize he can even do that. Very, very interesting, I'll be honest. Actually, most people pitted. Top 5 stayed out, and then you have 10 who's in 6 pitted, but I'm pretty sure he took strategy.
Yes, sir. Green flag back out in the air here at Michigan in the final stage. Keystone clears Nick. Nick's going to get booted to the outside line as Eastwood is going to shove him up the track.
Yeah, I should not be looking at Eastwood's POV. I do not want to... Yeah, he is... Yeah, he is, Oh, you're talking about for him. But it looks like he's, putting on some type of erotic dance for Nick right now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is. He's giving Nick a little bit of a show here. Oh, Eastwood's going to now get shuffled to the outside. Nick really gave him the bumper. And if you're Nick, you've got to do that. I mean, this guy's lagging. He's going to be side by side with Keystone, 3 wide heading into turn number 1. I did not see Nick getting that big run, and he's going to slide up in front of Keystone.
Yeah, I don't know if he forced Keystone out the way as well, but he made his way through that inside line, and now they are beating and banging.
And here comes Jay Black into 38. 2 laps ago, he was spinning.
Yeah, but now with the help of Ryuku, he is back here. I'm pretty sure he was one of the drivers that did not pit. I could be wrong. But he is there trying to make a name for himself in this race.
Unbelievable. And now, Buck finds himself nowhere to be found near the top 5 where he's been most of this race so far. So they've kind of swapped here a little bit. Buckstopper struggling back there behind James Snow. And Tuck's going to take out Pierce. That was all a reaction to the 68 truck's lag hitting the outside wall. That was big reaction there by Tuck. And unfortunately, Pierce got the worst end of the stick. But he's going to keep it rolling. Tuck in behind Tuck. No pun intended there. And they're going to keep it rolling.
Bill goes into pit road. Oh boy, I don't know what just happened there. Yep, Bill got forced on the pit road. I think that's or Spawn coming off the pit road. I don't know if he did it to himself, but if he didn't, I'm pretty sure that would be a caution. Yeah, that's really unfortunate as Nick...
Getting word, caution is out at the line for Built being pushed. And Tuck's around through 3 and 4.
Nope, never mind. Everyone avoided them, but...
It's a drag race. Here comes Ryuku. He's going to push Nick back to the line. Nick's going to lead him to the yellow flag. But the caution is out here for Built going onto pit road, or being put onto pit road, as you see several guys flying through the tri-oval grass there.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, Tuck ended up getting the apron.
And the game caution flies.
Well, let's see here. Oh, there was a wreck between Gordon and Pierce, or mainly Gordon. I know he spun around because he was really slow. I don't think Pierce expected him. That was weird. At least on the bright side, Bill gets his lap back. He'll be the free pass as he was technically a lap down. But yeah, I don't know. That was
That's
very
going to
weird.
make a lot of people upset because I don't know. I don't understand what happened there. I didn't see it, so I'm not going to, make any speculations or anything, but
I don't know why Gordon was going super slow. I do want to note one thing here. And I'm looking at Pierce's perspective, Eastwood, Gordon, and Pierce were 3 wide coming to the line, and Eastwood
James
most definitely
Snow
left for,
is your leader once
flag.
again in the 88. Green flag is back in the air.
I don't know if he pitted it or not.
I'm going to go with he probably did not.
Easton took him 3 wide, though. Honestly, that was a smart move. He might be even getting the lead from this as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, James is clearly on older tires, so yeah, you've got to get around that guy, and you got to get around him quickly. And Keystone's a man on a mission. He not only took the position from James, but he has pulled out in front of Nick here down his backstretch. Ryuku's hard into the outside wall. They're around in 3, Evo.
That I'm pretty sure is a lag caution, because I'm pretty sure that completely stems from Eastwood lagging and he just got into people. Or maybe not, actually.
Caution's out.
A little bit in front of him. I want to see, from Pierce's perspective, I think it actually came from someone in front. Oh, yeah, I think it came from James Snow and Ryuku, something with them, and I couldn't completely tell, but it did not stem from Eastwood in this lag. I want to make that clear. Well, at least it didn't result in the game caution like last caution did. Pretty much all I can say for that. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 22 laps to go here. They're coming to 22 laps to go this time, so
Yeah.
we are in for a hell of a quick run here.
Yeah. And, well, I don't think it's going to stay caution-free. I find it completely hard to think that that's going to be the case. Alright, I guess, I don't know. If we get another quick caution, that it might be, that people might be able to save, but I don't know. Unless Gordon can magically save 4 laps of fuel in Michigan, which will be very hard to do and keep in the draft at the same time. Or at least try to. Unless he does that, I don't know if I see, it happening. I don't think anyone will be saving fuel. As a strategy comes into play with Bill and Buckstopper. I think they both took 2 tires, but I could be wrong.
We're getting word. This is going to be a single file restart here.
This ought to be interesting.
This should be real interesting. I mean, the side-by-side restarts have not exactly been working here lately, so they are going to do a single file restart here. And that is all led by that 58 truck of Built Racing, and Buckstopper finds himself once again back up here in the top 5.
I just wonder.
Richie, how's that 1080p looking, brother? How's this new PC doing?
It's getting to a point where drivers might need to get a reminder being calmed down, because it seems like this is like the 3rd race or something that it's been we've had single file restarts, and we've only done 5 races. I feel like that's a lot more than what we should be at. That's my opinion, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be interesting here. You're opening up the door for a lot here. A lot of dive bombs, I think, are going to happen here in turn 1. I mean,
true.
When you got these guys all bumper to bumper. Oh, Keystone! Nobody goes. Keystone's around. Several guys involved as well. Nick gets shuffled to the outside. Caution is going to fly once again, I believe, as Buckstopper. Game caution is out now.
I almost wonder. Actually, this actually opens up the door for maybe making it now with the game caution being out. Actually, no. Nope, there's no game caution. But I just wonder if Bill was also going to go on the start-finish line and no one else knew. Or people are going to be getting, oh, they're going to restack them. Everyone gets their spots back.
Yeah, we're getting
Interesting.
word they're just going to restack them and go here.
Yeah, I think they're, I don't know. I don't know. This is a very, very interesting. If I do say so myself. These guys are not, I mean, these guys are formed up, but at the same time, they're not formed up. I don't even know what just happened, but
I don't know. We're going to have to look at that restart there by the 17 truck of Keystone. He jumped way to the inside of Buck way before they got to the green flag or the start finish line.
yeah, that's also true. It's not even that. Like, were they still going on the start finish line or the restart zone?
No, restart zone.
Understand them.
It was restart
Also,
zone.
interesting. I didn't even completely realize it, as Evo's going to try to get around Buckstopper for third.
Buck.
Yeah, it was like some people did not know that they were supposed to be going.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a product of the last restart there when Keystone got pushed into the grass and into the pit road wall. But it has got a big break here between this front pack and the last 6 trucks. Gotta wonder if that is not a result of that 68 truck, as he is now the last truck in this main pack here.
Yeah, I don't know, but Keystone looks to be making that pass and might be even completing the pass going into turn 3. Really, he will not, but he probably will coming off the corner. Because we have about 3 wide. The pack pack behind them too.
Yeah, we did. Buckstopper took it 3 wide through the middle there of Pierce, and now Pierce doing some big bobbing and weaving, trying to get his way around Buck. But if you're these guys up ahead, if you're Built Racing in Keystone, you got to be watching your mirror, because these guys behind you, if they get clear and Nick, I'm talking Evo and Eastwood, they're going to have a big run down this backstretch here.
They did not, but Nick was able to clear them instead. Pretty sure he had the draft, and that was partially the reason why they were able to. And now these guys are just going to be crawling back up here from catching up to these first 2.
Yep. And now you got Tuck and Ryuku battling back here behind Tennessee side by side at the end of this main pack.
Nick is going to be, I don't know if he moved Built, but he got to the inside of Built. He's going for second now. I think Ashley might have even just cleared him. He did. He nearly just cut his nose off, but he did.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. I mean, he didn't wreck him. And, you know, I hate to say it, but the only reason Built's up there right now is because of strategy. So he's clearly on older tires. So when you're on these 4 fresh tires, like pretty much everyone else in the field is, you've got to get around that guy. You can't let him hold you up, because then all that's going to do is allow the 17 truck to pull away from you. So you've got to try and find a way around that 58 truck. And unfortunately, just sometimes you got to do some abrasive and aggressive moves.
Yeah, and I mean, you see this in actual NASCAR too. Someone from either back of the pack or mid pack does some type of strategy, and the people with 4 fresh tires just does anything they can to just try to split them out of line and get around them. It's just like a whole scramble of trying to get around them, man. Obviously, that's what Nick did. I don't even know if he moved them per se, and I don't think he really much cut his nose off. It was close, but he was clear for sure. So I don't think he really even did anything wrong, unless he moved them out one groove, which even in all things considered, that's not even bad.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're getting another big gap here between the top 2 and the rest of the field behind that 68 truck. But now he's starting to get the draft up there. And big contact back here out back with Pierce and Built.
Nah, Built, if anything, just smacked the wall. There wasn't really much contact, but yeah, Built hit the wall, and Pierce, Tuck, and now 10 are looking to get by him. Which is kind of ironic. Well, not really ironic, but Pierce, Tuck, 10, your top 3. I know Pierce has had a solid day. Tuck somewhat has, but 10 has not had that good of a day. And he's your previous winner here, and it's kind of surprising.
Built just gave that 20 truck a huge shot through 1 and 2 that last time there. I don't think even attempted to stay off the back bumper of that 20 truck. But 10's going to clear him. Bilt's falling way back, and someone else that's falling way back is that 12 truck of Buckstopper, who is currently now sitting just inside the top 10 in 9th. And he has got a mirrorful of Bilt back there behind him. And right behind him is Jay Black, the guy he's really battling right now to try to even make the playoffs.
Yeah, but speaking of battling, we have a 4-way battle for first. Eastwood got around Keystone. Nick's trying to get around him as well. And then you have Eva also in the mix, a former series champion. But Eastwood might be able to pull away here because Keystone did not get a good exit coming off of 2.
No, he did not, and that's really going to hold up Nick in that 3 truck and Evo. Evo's going to look to his inside there. Nick's going to cut him off there as they're going to head through 3 and 4 back to the start-finish line. But your top 8 guys, all bumper to bumper in a single line.
Oh, people are, I think, some people are pitting. And Bill spun around. Interesting. 12 laps to go. I said some people couldn't actually make it. And might, and I think some people are going out pit road. Even though we did
Nick,
have that
save
one
it,
caution,
buddy.
so
Big save off of 2 for Nick in the 3. And here comes Pierce to take advantage.
yeah, this is very interesting though. You have 2 people go down pit road. They work together and you might be able to catch up to this pack when everything cycles out. But that's if we don't get a caution. That's the danger of hitting super early. You get a caution, you're screwed.
Oh, absolutely. But, I mean, with the way this race is going, I would not be surprised if we do get another caution. 11 laps to go. Shoot, we could get probably 2 more cautions in there. As now Nick's going to try the crossover on that 83, but he's going to get really loose again off of 2.
Yeah, meanwhile, this top 6, very interesting. You even have, like, Evo, we haven't really much seen Evo up front that often. Eastwood, kind of the same thing with him. 10, we really have not seen him up front pretty much the whole race until now. So it's very interesting, but also, like, very skillful top 6 we have right now under our blanket.
Oh, absolutely, and some very diverse skills. You know, you got Eastwood, a rookie in this series. Then you got Nick, your 2-time winner. You got Tennessee, a 2-time champion as well with Nick. And then you got Keystone with a big move to the inside. Then you got Pierce, who's also found his way to that championship trophy. So you've got quite a bit of champions involved in this top 6. And then you've got some rookies and some veterans mixed in as well. And here comes Keystone to the inside of Eastwood. He is looking for the lead at the start-finish line. 9 laps to go this time.
This race is getting interesting. Because, like, with how spread out they are right now in the field, there might not actually be a caution. So, this might actually work out for these drivers. Also, to point out, the lap car in front of these guys is Tug. He did make his pit stop. So, it's not someone super off the pace. He ended up coming out pit road. That's all it was. Just to clear up some type of confusion. It looks like Nick has gone out from the pack. It looks like he's maybe dropped a little too far. Maybe he'll be able to catch back up, but I don't know. Unless these guys start racing each other like they are now, then he most definitely can, but I don't know if he will.
Yeah, these guys are not racing each other like they're at all worried about saving fuel. Big save, big loose by Evo. God, I was about to say Eastwood there. But Evo, they're going to be 3 wide. Nick falling way back now.
Yeah, I think Pierce thought better of it. You know, I think 10 cleared him anyways, but I think Pierce thought a little bit better of it and just let them by.
The 4, the 3, no one knew they were coming. Evo, big shot. Tennessee, big shot. Everyone with the late decision to pit. Who did not get a penalty and who did, as Calamity making their final pit stop decision out of turn number 4, and we just saw that might not have been the best decision right there.
If I honestly had to guess, I think Keystone got one. I feel like Evo may have gotten one as well. I don't think Nick Pierce got one. I think unless they just sped on their own, I don't think they would have gotten one. I don't know if 10 got one. I don't know if whoever got one. But Nick's already down out of pit road. I think he took some strategy.
Yeah, I mean, just a splash of fuel. I mean, there's only 6.5 laps to go right now, so
It just depends on where Tuck catches him.
I don't think
Honestly,
Tuck's going to
'cause-
catch him. He's way behind Nick. Nick's already damn near heading into 3, and he's behind Pierce now.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I just couldn't tell where he was. Now it really just depends on if he can catch Nick. He is 5.5 seconds behind him, about to be 5 probably. I wonder. This might have been the thing that Nick finally needed to pull off the victory, but who knows? Even though Gordon is slow, I don't know if Gordon. Oh, Gordon's trying to save fuel. He's most definitely trying to save fuel. So it really does depend on how this works out for him. If Nick's going to get that, going to be able to get the win. But
Yeah.
James Snow went down pit road, so I think that eliminates one other person. Oh yeah, no, James Snow will probably be the last person to go down pit road, as Gordon's trying to probably save. Gordon's out front by a good amount, but I don't know if it's enough.
Yeah, I don't
Saving 4 laps is a lot.
I don't think there is enough time. Or I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to be able to keep this pace up and hold off Nick, who is obviously good to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
4.5 laps to go here for Gordon. The last time they pitted, that's how short they were on fuel. Did he do enough? We hadn't said his name much here in stage number 3. Was it because he was trying to save? And has he saved enough? He's coming to pit road now, so he did not save enough. The 1 truck giving up the lead to the 3. There goes Nick around him. Gordon not able to save enough. And what a heartbreaking loss that is for him. We've seen him do it before at Atlanta. Well, he was unable to repeat it here tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, like I said, 4 laps of fuel at Michigan is a lot to try and save here. Especially, I mean, it helps to stay in a draft, but like Michigan is a place where there's a lot of speed there, so it almost kind of forces you to use up a little more gas just to not get past. It's a lot to try and do, and yeah, Gordon wasn't even able to tackle it.
Yes, sir. 3 laps to go for that number 3 truck. He started out his NEXXTCAR Truck Series career getting 2 back-to-back championships. Well, he has been silenced ever since then. He made the switch to the number 24 truck, didn't really get the success he wanted. Then he went back to the roots of it all last season and picked up the number 3 truck once again. And here he is leading these guys to 2 laps to go. Manual cautions are off.
Yeah.
So can the 3 truck hold these guys off as they are side by side out back behind him for second? I think. Nope, I thought someone just wrecked, but they did not. All Nick wants to see now is that white flag.
Yeah, I don't think, barring anything crazy happening, there's no way Pierce and Tuck will catch up to each other. I don't think Eastwood and Keystone will be able to catch up to them. So this is basically just Nick's race to lose right now.
Yes, it is. Big battles here out back behind him. You mentioned it. Pierce and Tuck, Eastwood and Keystone. I know Keystone's upset with what transpired during that pit stop, but white flag is in the air for that number 3 Chevy Silverado.
Stopped on the track.
We talked to him in pre-race how he has been working his way up through the point standings after missing the first race of the season, and he dug himself a big hole. Well, this race is certainly gonna help him get out of that hole. Nick Trudeau, your season 1 and 2 champion, he's gonna lead these guys through a very eventful Michigan race here in season 7, and he is gonna get his first win of the season at Michigan. Who is gonna get second? It's gonna be Pierce beating out Tuck for second. Eastwood 4th, Keystone 5th.
You know, I said at the beginning of this race that if I'm Nick, don't worry about trying to get so many points as you have time left, and just try to get enough points to help you catch up. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like winning the race as well as getting good amount of stage points really helps him in the standings. I don't know about you, but I think it does.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great post-race interview, one that we're going to have to get a lot of drivers' insights on some incidents here. I don't think anyone in that top 5 that you see all running bumper to bumper right now missed anything. I mean, they all were just caught up in incidents throughout the race, and it all came down to the pit strategy there really, as Nick's truck's going to hook a hard left onto pit road. He must have been that close to running out of fuel. If his truck just came onto pit road under game control, he was cutting it close on fuel.
Potentially.
But we're going to wait and see who put down the fastest lap, and then get your top 3 finishers in here for the post-race interviews. All right, let's see it. But, James, all around, that was a very eventful Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, as Houston gets to pass his lap, it was very, very interesting for sure. And I'm not even just talking about how the racing was, but also stage 2 was very eventful. Well, in a way. So, yeah, it was very weird. I don't know what to make of the race, except for the fact that Nick won it off of some strategy. But hey, I mean, a win's a win. Can't really discredit it.
Not at all. Well, we are going to step away here for a quick second as we get your top 3 finishers in here for a post-race interview.
Get it, head down.
Well, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know we're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Oh, yeah. Rap, that's the mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
gentlemen, back here with your post-race interviews here from Michigan International Speedway. Getting it started with the guy who's won 3 races to start the season, but found himself finishing 3rd here tonight. Tuck, what's going on, man?
How's it going, Ronnie? That was a crazy one, wasn't it?
You are not wrong, man. All the way from the actual racing to what James and I had to sit through for stage number 2. That was a very exciting and different race. Go ahead and walk us through your perspective here tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, tell you what, the first 2 stages were fun. Like, we were 3 wide most of the time, running each other fairly well. Me and Nick were working the top beautifully. Got to 1-2. It was some good racing. The 3rd stage, it all went to hell. But luckily, got back up to 3rd. Congrats to Nick on the win. I mean, he was one of the best cars tonight. So very happy just to get a 3rd place finish after that 3rd stage fiasco. So.
Yeah, no one was safe in that 3rd stage.
No.
So we saw you one of the first ones to come down pit road there in the 3rd stage there, coming to the final laps. What led you to being making that early pit stop?
Well, I knew those guys were going to wait till the end, but I tried to get Pearson to the pit with me, going to turn 3, and we just miscommunication. But it all worked out in the end. Got 2nd and 3rd out of that, and then Nick got the win. So, fun racing against all these guys, and got to take that momentum on to next week.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But solid race for you tonight, and it was definitely what you needed. Tennessee didn't get the best of finishes tonight, and it was you guys separated by 1 point tonight heading into this one for the lead of the Truck Series. So you definitely did what you needed to do to possibly get that point standings leader back.
Nice. Cool.
But moving on to our 2nd place finisher, the man who always seemed to find himself right in the thick of it all here tonight, including that last pit stop fiasco with under 10 laps to go, Pierce Posse. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Oh, dude, I'm excited, man. Y'all put on one heck of a show tonight. Yeah, that 3rd stage, that was crazy. But you know what? You guys, when it came down to putting on a show, you guys delivered tonight.
Yeah, stage 2 especially was a lot of fun. They're coming to the end. Stage that was a blast. I wish we could have had an ending similar to that, but stage 3 turned out to be, well, I think you seen it. But no, since I couldn't get the dub, it was pretty cool to see Nick get it, everything he does for the league and everything. It's definitely cool to see him get it done finally. It's been a while.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. So what pit strategy did you use on that last stop? I know you guys all pitted together, but Nick came out way ahead of you guys, and then you came out, and then everyone else was kind of further back behind you.
Yeah, I put in a cannon with 2 tires. For a simple fact, I didn't think I could make it on tires if I went no tires. I didn't have enough faith in that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went with the 2-tire call, and, well, Nick showed I apparently should have tried the no-tire call.
Yeah, he played you like a fox.
Damn. He did. He got all you guys tonight. But,
he did.
You had some good battles there tonight with Eastwood and a couple of these other guys, and you also found yourself caught up in some incidents here tonight. How were you able to rebound from those wrecks?
Yeah, I felt like Kyle Larson the first half of the Coca-Cola 600 last week in that last stage. But, no, it was finally Eastwood, Tuck, Keystone. Nick was up there quite a bit, too. It was a lot of fun battling those guys because it was good and clean. Like, yeah, we bumped a couple times, but for the most part, it was a good, clean battle, and that's what I love.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yes, sir. But you definitely put on a great show here tonight and earned that 2nd place finish. There's no doubt about it. But moving on to your race winner, Nick, getting it done for the first time here tonight. What's going on, buddy?
Well, not much, Ronnie. It was great to get a win tonight. I had high hopes for tonight and next week as well. Like I said, in the pre-race interview, I thought we would have a good night and came out on top.
Yes, you did. So we heard Pierce's side of that strategy. What was your side of the strategy on that last pit stop?
Yeah, I was thinking people might just do gas only, so I figured I have to go gas only and not take the two. I think I've gotten burned before taking two tires, and then someone takes gas and they get out way ahead. So took a chance on it. I figured I was around like 40% or so on the rights coming to the pit stop, and by the end of the race I only had 3% on the right rear. So it went down drastically the second half, just because the truck was a lot looser that second half of the run. So yeah, we took the one can, I think, or even maybe half, just to get us to 7 laps is what we had left. And then I was sputtering, coming right to the line. So cutting it really close on fuel and on tires, and it worked out. Thank goodness. So
Absolutely. And one last question for you. On that pit stop, did you have any hope that your tires would make it, or was it kind of that if they make it, awesome, if not, then it is what it is?
yeah, I kind of went all in on it. No, I figured with having it around 40%, I was like, I think they're going to make it. And just took a chance on it, and luckily it worked out. It was great to get the first win of the season, and Michigan's, I think it was one of our first cup wins as well. So, we always run good here, and luckily we came out on top. There's a lot of carnage tonight and a lot of great racing. Unfortunately, in that second stage when you had issues, and it was great battles all around. So, and then it went to hell, like Tuck said, in the third. So, I actually got pretty heated because people can't hold the line for anything. So, hopefully it's better tomorrow night, and we can have a good race.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Going back to Tuck, next week's Eldora, our one and only dirt track of the season. How do you feel about it?
I'll see you after Eldora.
So I'm going to go with you're not very happy and confident.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, okay? So we're just going to go in there and just try to not piss people off.
Good luck with that, because I think everyone's pissed at someone this season. Ain't no one safe this season.
You oughta view some chats going on.
Oh yeah, we'll look at those after tonight.
Yeah.
Pierce, how do you feel about it?
Outdoors fun. I enjoy racing there. The only thing that tempers are gonna flare just because of the pure fact on this game, Eldora is a one-lane track, so it's hard to make a pass without moving the guy you're racing out of the way. Mm-hmm. But I look forward to there. I feel like I always come into that place with some speed, so hopefully we'll be up front. Hopefully it's going to be key keeping track position all night.
Yes, sir. Nick, I know you mentioned it a little bit, but give us one final outlook on it.
Yeah, we have always run good at Eldora. I love racing there. I think it's fun just letting the truck slide around, and Evo got me a few seasons back by a car length and moved me out of the way, and I think we've always run like top 2, top 3 there. So going for the win. I'll move someone next week if I have to. So.
Yes, sir. James, you got anything for our top 3 finishers here tonight?
Well, I don't want to take up a lot of y'all's time, but very good race. I wish I got to see the race in stage 2. Unfortunately, me and Ryan barely did. But yeah, all in all, good race, good competitive racing. Yeah, good luck in Eldora next week. Tuck, I wish you a lot of luck, since it seems like you do not like Eldora, and I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
there. But everyone else in general,
Thanks, James.
for real, good luck on Eldora. I know some people are good there, some people are bad. But just try to have fun there. I know tempers will flare, but hey, it's like the only dirt track on the schedule. Make it, make it something special.
Absolutely.
That's
yes.
my hope. I know I've seen some good racing there before from times in the past, from highlights and stuff I've watched in the past before I even joined, and even a couple races since I've joined. So I hope we can put on a good show for you.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Well, these
Go
guys.
out on a limb and say
Good.
Go ahead. You're good.
Nope,
End it.
good.
Nope, you're good.
All right.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Nick goes back to back.
What you got for that, Nick? Anything real quick?
Yeah, hopefully I can live up to it. No, no, these wins are really hard to come by. So, no, hopefully, no, I think Evo is going to be up there. I know Keystone doesn't like dirt track racing, and a few others I think might be good, but no, Evo is the one to watch next week as well. So we'll see how it goes. And no, like I said, if I need to move someone, I will.
All right, well, you guys heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I'll be honest, I didn't think the tempers were going to fly that bad tonight. But after 2 weeks of Bristol, we saw they were going to fly even worse than Bristol. The sparks were flying, the tempers were flaring, and all that is going to do is lead us into another short track racing here at Eldora next week, where the slide job is going to happen, and all the tempers are going to slide on over into the chats after the race. But that is going to do it for this one here from Michigan. That is me and James signing off for the final time here tonight, where these drivers put on one hell of a show here in this 1.5 mile track, 100 laps. Well, they get to do it all again next week at the dirt track of Eldora for 150 of them. But tune in next Sunday, normal time, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will catch you guys there.